Yeah. And let's get into what happened with LeBron. I want to get your take on why do you think like those meetings broke down the way it did? Because bro, this is nuts. Because so after there's a boycott that happens, and you have their first meeting. I believe is that same day. And Landry Shamet talked a bit about it. Like when they went into the ballroom for the meeting, literally all the media was right outside the door, cameras, mics, everything. And we also anybody who was on Twitter saw that as the meeting was going on, live updates. Yo, he said that. He said that. Like live what Men's are
One of them had their phone inside the
Yeah.
meeting.
Yes.
Leaking everything.
Yo,
Somebody had their
Rookie
phone.
got money that day.
That's what somebody was like, yo, I think it was Daniel Green was like, yo, it's as if somebody put their phone and they said click record.
Literally.
And literally, because everything was coming quick. And then you were hearing that LeBron was in that meeting. He was like, yo, I think his main thing was like he was cheesed that, yo, there's no plan. Or, apparently, like to him, it was like there's no plan or anything. Like in the first meeting, like it's LeBron's quoted as saying, yo, I got mine. I don't need this. That's what Stephen A. Smith. Like LeBron was like, yo, I already do my thing, man. I don't need like what's the plan here or whatever. And Jared Dudley was like, yo, what LeBron basically said was like, yo, hey, I'm with the masses. That means I'm with you guys. I'm here. I'm good. Don't worry about me. Because everybody looks towards him and it's not me versus everybody else. That's one thing he said. I'm with what everyone's willing to do, but let's have a plan. What is it? If we're going to give up something, what is it we're giving it up for and why? And then you move on to the second meeting. That's the meeting now. There's like two members of every team to get on that meeting. There's owners. There's that woman that's, I think she's part of the Players Association.
The black woman?
Michelle Roberts.
Yeah.
She's in that. She's in that as well. Adam Silver's in the meeting. So that's in that meeting that they came up with like their three like main point at the end with their big thing, right? But at the end of that meeting, that's when like the meeting was literally over. According to Stephen A, the meeting was over, and then LeBron picks up the mic and he starts going. He talks for 50,
mic
or whatever he said.
Oh,
He starts talking for 15 minutes. He's like, yo, I'm speaking for the guys beneath me. Nah. He's just going off, and then to the owners and everybody. Apparently, like it was like, yo, everybody was like, yo, what is this guy doing? Like everybody was thrown off by it. Why do you think LeBron was coming with such rage in this situation?
Alright, for me, I personally think LeBron is actually the face of the NBA. You guys understand why? Because I feel LeBron, his ego came in because what happened with the Milwaukee Bucks, it was so unexpected, and it got to the point where it's like LeBron was like, nah, I can't allow something like that to happen, right? So he feels like he wants to have the last word on this. He doesn't want people beneath him to actually like have a voice before he does. And I guess because like the way they actually managed that situation, LeBron pretty much. I personally feel, this is my opinion. I think he got mad and then he started raging. So I personally think it was ego. It may not be, but that's what I think.
That's what I was saying. Cause the way, for example, if the Bucks like what they want to boycott because of social justice and etc., then you need to have a plan. They had no plan. They just said, let's boycott. They didn't tell anybody, whatever. I think, because I didn't even know that's why LeBron was mad. Like, you're just informing me. So, he specifically said there's no plan?
Yeah, he's like, what's the plan here?
So that was my thing. Like, if you're actually trying to change, and have a boycott for social justice, etc., then you have to have a plan. You can't just be like, yo, everyone stay in the locker room, and no other team knows. Because now every other team, they have to also boycott because they don't want to be that team.
Yeah.
People are boycotting, and then they're playing, So now everyone's like, okay, now we're boycotting, and then there's people, it's like, oh, is the league going to be done? But they have no say, and they might be on two-way deals. So if the league is done, then they're finished. They'll have no income. All jokes aside, they'll have no income.
Nobody was laughing till you said that. So you clearly were.
No, they'll have
China's there.
Maybe. Yeah. So. Anyway. So like a lot of guys like that aren't like the LeBrons of the world, Kawhi's, Paul George's. They have those massive deals. They had no say. So if the league did end because of that, then it'd be super selfish on the Bucks' part for not informing the whole league. So now that I know, I think, I understand why LeBron was mad.
Yeah. Plus, his name is on
No, but what
on the thing too. If something happens, they will look at LeBron. So what'd you do?
But it's weird because they said LeBron said this, blah blah blah, but there was also a report that said LeBron didn't say a word.
Yeah, there's some
Someone's lying.
But I don't think that report is true because Jared Dudley said that LeBron said something.
First of all, I'm shocked he was in the meeting, number one.
At some point, like,
Jared Dudley what?
He was in the meeting. I'm shocked he's even in the meeting, number one.
You think he's making food for the team or what?
He's there to leak stuff. Oh yeah, LeBron did this, did this. Huh?
You thought he was getting updates in his room?
I thought he was getting updates the next day, man.
Oh my god.
And one of those reports like, did y'all remember to tell Jared Dudley? Oh shoot! Yo, somebody text
him in the group chat.
No, but even I guess when it comes to having a plan when you're doing the boycott, I think eventually, yeah, but when you're in the moment, I don't think this being spontaneous. I don't think it's bad per se because a lot of big protests happen with a bit of spontaneity, right? Like even look at the Montgomery bus boycott with Martin Luther King and whatever. Like the first people that said to boycott was the Women's Council. Like Martin Luther King, I don't think he was even in Montgomery yet. So they first we're boycott because Rosa Parks got arrested. So it wasn't even let's boycott and keep boycotting till they let us on the bus. It's like Rosa Parks got arrested, boycott. Then Martin Luther King came and they had the meeting and they're like, okay, now that this boycott went well, now we can keep doing it. So when the Bucks originally did it, it's fine. And then eventually they came out with the plan. I'm like, even better. But I don't think because some people call it selfish or whatever, but I feel like if they had told everybody, it wouldn't be as big. It wouldn't be that impactful.
It's a slippery slope.
And they got on the phone too, like
no,
the
but
governor.
you don't think they could have just informed that
if they had
2 hours before tip off?
I think it would have leaked.
It'd be the same thing, even if it leaks.
No, I think.
But I don't think it would have had the same. It's hard. But I don't think it have the same
they're getting ready
impact.
to watch the game. They're sitting down and everything, and they see it. It's sort of like what happened with the coronavirus with the Utah game or whatever. Like everyone was playing and everything, and then the spontaneity of it. Everyone was on the court, and people leaving. That gets people talking.
Yeah, that image of man's leaving and.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was a way to kind of agree with you. Maybe there would be a way to communicate, especially with the Orlando Magic players who were already on the court and warming up, and just let them know, okay, we're still on the fence. We don't know whether we're going to play, but just stay in touch because we don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the other games, the other games are being played 3 hours after the.
I heard it was a last minute decision for the Milwaukee
but
Bucks,
even if it's a last minute decision for the Milwaukee Bucks, it doesn't affect the other games as much because the other games are starting.
Not for Orlando.
He's talking about Orlando.
Yeah, but Orlando
informing in Orlando.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If they informed the Orlando Magic players, that would have been better. But I don't. It's not as big of a deal for other games because they have enough time. They have 3 hours, and you can inform them.
I think they're already planning it. It's just Milwaukee did it early and fast because I think we heard talks like Boston Raptors, CP3's the Players president. They were talking about it, and then Milwaukee just we're just doing it now. Boom.
So you think that also could have given Milwaukee a bit of more confidence knowing that other teams are already talking about this. So.
Plus, it's it happened in their state.
Yeah, that's what when we were talking. You're like, yo, for Milwaukee to do this, it makes a lot of sense because that's literally their state.
Yeah. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
and the owners, was it Milwaukee's owner? They were talking to
the governor general. Is it that? I think they're all talking. I don't know. I guess
no, but he's the one that had the plug.
One call?
No. It was a speaker? No. I think he had the plug. He had the,
Yeah.
It's because of him they went through whatever. They used his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, so-and-so wants to speak to you. And then, so-and-so. I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I want to get everybody's take on the fact that because apparently it was a lot of young players that were cheesed at LeBron. They're like, yo, what do you mean we're beneath you or whatever? What do you?
He was just talking about.
Go more in detail.
He was talking about salary.
Exactly what happened though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we
we
can
don't
take that
really
a lot
know.
of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen A needs to just drop the info, man.
On the laws, I don't even think he has the
Yeah.
info.
You don't think
What?
you think he just said it?
No, I don't think he has the full
Yeah,
details.
no.
He's probably paraphrasing it.
He's probably
Yeah.
paraphrasing or he doesn't have.
But the thing is, the beneath me, I understand it because some of you guys are beneath LeBron.
Yeah, but
Quite literally.
that's
Stop catching feelings.
it's the ego. It's the ego of the little
Ego.
players. Yo, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying if anything happens, I'm good. I have the money. Y'all don't. That's what he meant.
Yeah, I think
That's what he meant. He's looking
yeah.
out for you guys, like fam.
Exactly.
Okay, I can't say let's boycott because that's selfish of me. Because fam, if I don't care about your say,
Yeah.
then that's
But
what he's saying.
it's just weird because
it's
the
just
man
the
wanted to
phrasing.
leave.
It's just the phrase. Did he say it specifically?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
we
what.
don't know.
No, but I understand that. But like the man wanted to leave.
Who?
LeBron.
That's why it's weird
That's
to
why
know.
it's
Yeah,
like
no.
there's
Some
different
people.
time.
It's just
It's
because some people say he
conflicting.
wanted to leave. Some people said he's like there's no plan, and so if there's no plan, why
Like
would
it's
you leave
weird
so
because
fast?
That's the truth.
we're getting
Yeah,
conflicting
like, what?
reports.
It's weird. It's too many reports. I
Because
don't know.
like on one
Exactly.
hand we have the report from Stephen A saying that LeBron is saying some players are beneath me, they can't some people can't afford to lose their money and whatever. I'm
So
paraphrasing
that
here.
means he wants to
But
stay,
and
right?
on the other
And on the
you
other
have
hand, he wants to
the
leave.
report saying
Yeah.
that the Lakers and the Clippers were the first teams to say that they don't want to restart the season. That's kind of weird because I can't imagine the Lakers not wanting to resume the season without the consent of LeBron James because that's his
Especially
team.
the Clippers.
Yeah,
and
both
the-
of them,
Magic
they're
Kawhi.
the contenders.
So
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
it's a
BG
bit
wants to
bizarre
leave.
because we don't know exactly what was happening. But one thing also I think both can be true because the first time when the Lakers and Clippers said, "Yo, we're good with the season ends," that was the day on everything and emotions was all time high.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Yo, I'm on my," everybody was doing their thing. And the next day, you kind of get to ponder more, and so I could see people's minds
Plus,
changing.
we have to check the
So the
sources,
LeBron speech was the day after.
No, it's the day.
The beneath me,
Mm-hmm.
like beneath me speaking, like the 15-minute rant was the next day.
Oh, the next day.
The first day, that's when LeBron was like.
That's when he walked off, right?
Yeah, that's when he walked out.
Yeah.
So I think minds can be changed because these are happening between 2 days. I think that's one thing.
You'll
to keep
sleep
in mind.
on. And Michael Jordan was on the phone line too,
Yeah,
right?
he was on his phone line too. I heard a crazy
He was from
report.
Cancun, on Cancun on the phone line.
I heard this is probably not true, but I heard a report
He was in space.
what's his name? Patrick Beverly told Michelle Roberts.
Yeah.
Yo. He stopped. Like she was like, "Can I keep talking about it?" He's like, "Yo, no, I pay your bills.
Yeah.
I pay your
And
salary."
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that, but I can see
But
it.
he apologized. He apologized.
He apologized.
He even
Oh.
confirmed that he apologized.
Then
But
he said
he
it.
didn't.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Why
god.
would you say that?
No, but
I
he's
can-
the type of guy
I
to
can
say
see
that
I can
anyway.
see him
So
saying
He
that.
works for the Players Association.
So technically,
So
yeah.
technically, yeah.
Technically,
Like I
Why
pay your
would you say
salary or
that?
something like that.
Because I think like she's probably
Why
saying
is
some
that?
No, 'cause
stuff.
she's saying,
She's probably
Yeah.
saying the thing that he didn't agree with. I don't know.
she was saying that there's going to be a lot of lost money. And like, she's like, imagine the lost revenue and everything. She was like, shut up, I pay your bills.
Yeah, it's like, yo, don't worry about that. Yeah.
And then apparently CP3.
Yeah, CP3
has
say,
a
yo,
little mail,
relax.
like, yo, chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haslam, bro.
Yeah, Hazlitt was talking.